let's say the Roaring Kitty recalls 30.3 million GameStop shares. The price would then likely get to around $64, which is a key resistance level that we have drawn out. Then FOMO kicks in and GameStop gets to around the $120 range. Then you see a gamma squeeze start to begin to happen and unfold, and we enter the $300 threshold. Then demand drastically outweighs supply as well as shares available, which go hand in hand, and we hypothetically get to 500 and beyond that, not knowing what the price would technically stop at. This is called the infinity squeeze. Today is January 9th. The stock market is closed, and I personally believe that they were too scared to open the markets today based on Roaring Kitty's posts, and we're going to get into that right now. Based on the first thing that I covered, I had an interesting conversation in the comments section. At roughly 22 million shares, Roaring Kitty would be required to file a 13D within 10 days. The last YOLO had him at over 9 million shares, unless he owns a lot of money in the unexercised options, which he may. I don't see how he could own or recall 30.3 million shares. Now, this is a great question. I got this amount of shares based off of the sole factor of him being a billionaire, which he was a billionaire. And I do want to state, this is just completely separate, but Roaring Kitty actually purchased GameStop, and he was a billionaire and did not sell on us. And the whole thing with Adam Aron vesting his shares, those are not purchased shares, those are vested shares that he technically did earn. But again, it just shows a little bit of difference for anyone who is glazing Adam Aron. Anyway, jumping back to this post, right? Roaring Kitty theoretically, at minimum, could recall 30.3 million shares if he exercised his options, and if he technically was back in options and rode them up, which case we have seen several things happening in the option chain that could very well be him. 1.285 million in GameStop $21 calls were filled at the bid. It is possible that somebody is about to exercise them or is exercising them coming into Friday or next week. Now, with that being said, would Roaring Kitty have to file a 13D within 10 days? No. Actually, he would likely have to file a 13G. And the reason being is because as long as there is no intent of takeover of the company, then the investor, the passive investor, would not theoretically need to file a 13D. In fact, based on our theories, if the shareholder has their shares direct registered into ComputerShare and does not intend to take over the company, the SEC will not trigger that 13D registration under specific rules. Recalling shares has no intent of takeover. That shows no signs of takeover if he recalls shares. On top of that, if he files a 13G instead, which is likely, he would not have to report or file that 13G until 10 days after his position is made. So if he exercises these shares, he does not have to report this until January 19th or January 20th or whatever. On top of that, there is another section that says he could possibly also not need to report or file 45 days after a calendar year has started. And clearly we are not even halfway to that point yet. That gets us off of the first point of the video. Now, we got to talk about the timeline. Today is January 9th. It's an important date. And I want to talk about some things that blew my mind yesterday just digging deep into this. Obviously, here's what happens. I make these videos, I do the research in the morning, and I get these videos out to you guys, and then I talk in Discord all day, and then I research all day for the next video. And when I'm doing that at nighttime, my brain is absolutely getting cooked inside and my eyes are burning, and I just go down these rabbit holes because I find this fun. It's so enjoyable. And Roaring Kitty blows my mind with the things that he has come out with. This could be far-fetched, but let me head over to Roaring Kitty's profile really quick to show you just what video this is from, just so I can get the exact video for you guys. That way you know that it is from one of his memes that he posted. Okay, it is this video right here, okay, where she looks into the cat's collar, and then you see GameStop right here, and then her eyes. Okay. Anyway, this is the post from that, just to show you. In her eyes, towards the end of the video, you see purple circles show up, which also correlates to the give it to me baby that he tweeted with the Rick James. That correlates with that. That also correlates to an old 2021 Reddit post with Rick James coming out of a purple circle. And then the list goes on and on. Now, there is also, so on top of that, right, maybe he's hinting at DRSing or maybe he's DRSing. On top of that, you have this, which this is far-fetched right here, but I find it very interesting as far as the date goes that we're on. The fires, the wildfires. Greg posted the wildfires right here. Adam Aaron also posted the wildfires, and he clearly states AMC theaters in Los Angeles are forever linked. Not sure if this correlates, but this all could be very similar. Is this the fire emoji in the timeline? Well, it could possibly be. And what I originally thought was fire January 9th, crash January 29th, cheers April 20th. However, after a little bit of talk in Discord, appreciate these members, I didn't even think about it. 420, right? That could go back to, I'd love to go back to that post that I had on screen. It looks like it's not going to let me, but the 420, right? Right here at the end in red, 109, 420. People were interpreting that as April 20th. I was as well. But let's say we are on the fire right now. This is important. I do still believe we are at fire with the wildfires. We are at crash late January. The Federal Reserve's Open Market Committee, FOMC, is scheduled to hold its next meeting Tuesday, January 28th and Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. This is where I think the catalyst for the market crash is that Roaring Kitty has pointed us to and has talked about. Okay, so that is something that I am watching for and looking out for. As far as the 420 goes, right? 420, blaze it, right? It's simple. It's right there. It's right in front of you. What happens when you do that? This is when you light. This is when you light the fire. Okay, so this today lines up with when you light the fire. It's very simple. So the 420 maxed out with the 109. He's lighting the fire today. We get that melt up into the 29th potentially, and you see that crash on the FOMC open market meeting. Gamestop has traded like this, very similar to back here. There are several things in the charts that line up perfectly with what happened in the previous year. But on top of that, if you head over to Roaring Kitty's stream, here's what happens. Pay very close attention. Up in the top right corner, it says 1:08 p.m.
We'll wait. I'm gonna wait.
We'll wait.
I'm gonna wait. We'll wait.
So 109.
So at least we got the discussion going. We got the discussion going as to what the question should be. We got the discussion going. Plant some seeds. Let's think about it. Oh no, oh. I'm not saying any of the right things. I'm saying all the wrong things right now. Where's that eject button? It might be time. It might be time.
We got the discussion going. It might be time. 109. Yeah. We're at 109.
Let's see. Well, watch this. Watch this. I think for now, we're going to end the stream.
Boom.
I think we're going to end the stream now. Let's end it. Oh.
110.
Let's restart it. All right, let's restart it. Let's restart it. What are you going to do? All right. So I think we're gonna end the stream now. We're gonna end it now, and let's see what happens. I know we'll end it now. I'm gonna do one. Let's do one final cheers. Thank you everybody for coming like that, and that's cheers.
He does it again. 112.
Like I said, 5 o'clock now, 6 o'clock somewhere.
Well, what we can speculate on is GameStop is right at the move, and we also have the potential that Roaring Kitty is going to do something with DRSing, with recalling, so on and so forth. Now, it's not just the Federal Reserve open market meeting that I think is going to trigger the crash. We are seeing the Chinese yuan is casually nearing the weakest level against the US dollar since January 2008. China's markets are collapsing. It's not just the Chinese markets. You can see that right here. Complete collapse happening. But on top of that, bonds. Corporate bond surge is happening. Corporate borrowers have issued a record $83 billion in total bond sales for 2025. During these wildfires, here's what's happening that people aren't paying attention to. Donald Trump warned about BRICS continuing to develop and evolve, and Indonesia just joined BRICS as well. This is not stated on live TV. It's not stated on the news. Why are companies issuing bonds now? They have tons and tons of debt maturing in 2025 and 2026. Issuing new bonds allows them to lock in rates before any potential interest rate hikes. So we're seeing corporate companies signal a recession is coming and that Fed Powell is likely going to raise rates. If that happens in the meeting, which the recent Fed minutes, many saw the need for careful approach in coming quarters. Fed officials are worried about the inflation impacts from Trump's policies. The list goes on and on. You are on the brink of an absolute collapse with the overall market, with the SPY. And anybody who is just la-di-da-di-da in the markets, watching this thing go up and they think it's a never-ending train ride, they are about to get woken up, right? That's why you're seeing the world's largest hedge funds close up shop, walk away, because their clients' money is about to become a disaster. They're about to become the center point of tons of lawsuits, all this other stuff. SPY, bearish, diamond pattern, broke beneath, couldn't recapture yesterday, even on in okay minutes. We will see what happens with this. Shorter time frame, 1 minute time frame, you see a wedge with a flat top and a bearish breakdown to the bottom of it. This is a bearish setup on the short term. It's a bearish setup on the medium term, and potentially a bearish setup on the longer time frame with a lower low, and potentially more lower lows to come. Moving on, a little bit more tinfoil. The Titanic returns to theaters for the 25th anniversary in 3D on February 10th, right? With the market crashing and then that Titanic returning to theaters, that could add a little bit of tin as well. Based on AMC's time frame, AMC's chart, this thing is going to start its rally the 13th and 14th, same as GameStop, before squeezing higher out of here, coming into the week of January 21st. I thought we had time to cover Bitcoin, but I'm not even going to cover the charts. US cleared by court to sell 6.5 billion Bitcoin seized from Silk Road assets. Google donated 1 million to President-elect Donald Trump's inaugurational fund, as well as Circle. They just did the same thing. Finally, Mark Cuban said he'd rather own Bitcoin than gold if something happens to the economy. Why is he even saying that? It's time. That is it, guys. Join the Discord. The link is in the top of the description. Come talk with me and the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long on the daily. Level yourself up for 2025. I hope that even after this thing squeezes, you guys will be in the family group chat in Discord. It's a top link in the description. Very good price. Plenty of benefits in there. Post my trades as soon as I take them. Overall, best vibes. There are no bad questions. Get in the Discord. And the second link in the description below the Discord link is for a free broker that is going to give you up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock. All you have to do is sign up using my link, open an account, and make a deposit into there, and they will start giving you free stocks, as well as allowing you to earn 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. So go do that, guys. Check the links in the description. I hope to see you in Discord. I love you all. God bless. Lottery stocks out.